to the Sport and Society Squad, aka the SAS. Each week, we bring you 3 sport and society stories to break down and give you our sauciest takes. With those sassy takes, we do want to give you a content warning that some of the language, almost said the words, same thing, used on the pod may be explicit. We just ask that you be mindful of where you're listening and who you're listening with. With that, let's get into it. I'm with my co-host, Erison. How we doing, gal pal?
Hello, I have been hit with the allergies. You gave me your allergies. How rude.
I know,
Um,
seriously.
but I'm great. I'm excited. Episode 40, last episode of this season. Look at us go. Look at us go. But anyways, before we get into the playbook for today, I want to do a quick huddle. We will cover a few sport and society highlights from this past week so our listeners feel like they are in the know with the sport and pop culture world. Here are some huddle highlights that we won't be breaking down in depth, but think are worthy to know. In sport news, in soccer news, the men's USA team advances to the semifinals for the CONCACAF Gold Cup. CONCACAF. It's confusing. There's too many acronyms. So, letters in the acronym. People know what we mean
There's
when
too
we
many
say
words.
CONCACAF.
Yeah.
There's too many words. So, go Team USA. CONCACAF.
Yeah, that's just a callback if you listen to last episode. If not, just proceed.
Yeah. In NBA news, the draft kicked off last week, and Cooper Flagg was the #1 overall pick to the Dallas Mavericks. The Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets. They changed their name. The Brooklyn Nets went ahead and picked 5 players in the first round, which is
That's
crazy.
wild.
Yeah. But there you go. In hockey news, their draft also kicked off last week, and Matthew Schaefer was the #1 overall pick to the New York Islanders. Congrats to them, I guess. The Seattle Kraken picked Jake O'Brien for their first round pick.
Okay, Jakey.
Jakey Poo, let's go. In WNBA's news, it was announced that Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier were named the captains for the 2025 All-Star Game, which will be exciting to see because last year with the Olympics, it was a pretty legit All-Star Game. So we'll see if they can keep the legitness going.
I don't know.
Legit so many times in a short span of time.
I was trying to come up with another word.
Whatever. In tennis news, Coco Gauff and
Arena Sablenka.
Thank you, Arena Sablenka. We're seen dancing and filming a TikTok together at Wimbledon this past weekend, which delighted fans and killed any rumors of bad blood between the two. If you remember, Gauff beat out Sablenka for the French Open win, and Sablenka made some sassy comments right after the match and then apologized quickly after. Love to see 2 queens killing it on the court and killing any false narratives. Did you see the comments that she made?
I don't remember what she said, but it was something like from what I remember, it was something like she only won because I made so many mistakes, and it was like, well, that is like any sports game, but
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. She was like, I pretty much beat myself.
Yeah,
which I get it. I don't
fair.
think she meant shade, but if you are critiquing your performance after,
yeah. Well, she apologized. I mean, she said right away afterwards, she just said I shouldn't have said that. I was just still heated. And it's that honestly, fair to critique yourself and also fair to get heated in a moment and then just call yourself out.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see them squash it.
Yeah. Oh, and more NBA news. LeBron James has announced he's coming back. So he is not retiring. Jesus. He's coming back for his 23rd season, which is a record for most seasons. And he's 40. So I guess we got one more year of LeBron.
You think that's what it is?
What do you mean? What do I think?
He's like, I'm going to end at 40.
Oh, I don't know. 23. Maybe he wants to have 23 seasons because is
that his number?
No. What? 23?
I'm
no,
his number is 20.
Oh, maybe his number is 23.
What is his number?
Because I was like, Kobe was 24.
I know. What is LeBron? I think he's 8.
No, that was Kobe's
Oh,
other
he
one.
is
He's 23.
23. There we
There
go.
you go. Look at
Breaking news here
okay,
today.
Taylor Swift of the sports world.
Thank you for that.
I'm also really impressed with you for knowing his number.
To be honest with you, I don't really know where that came from.
In society news, and more specifically in music news, Beyoncé had to cut a song short on her Cowboy Carter tour after a prop car that she rides suspended in the air malfunctioned. The car was above fans and tilted to one side when the singer cut it short to make it to safety. Glad Beyoncé and all fans at the show were safe. Maybe the flying car can be done. Has this happened a second time?
She, it's so crazy. My friend was at the concert.
Really?
Yeah, and she's supposed to call me later to talk about it because she said she was screaming. Um, I think on night 2 for Houston, she didn't do the car, and I'm supposed to see her on Friday. As a fan, I'm like, if there's any chance that that car will tilt again, do not get in it.
Yeah,
Like,
you're like, I don't want.
I'd
I'm
rather
like,
just see the car in a corner.
yeah,
I need you alive.
yeah. And I need a full concert place.
Yeah. Well, okay, sure.
Oh man,
Alive first.
alive first. That's fair. Um, in podcast news, Steve Burns from the infamous child show Blue's Clues is set to launch a podcast for adults. Interesting.
Do you
Didn't
remember? Do you
didn't he
remember?
get in trouble for some being kind of
Here's the deal.
inappropriate?
I also remember that like deep in my mind, but he had like a comeback in 2020 when everybody was like losing their minds in the early pandemic.
Yeah,
And I remember asking this question, and there was some type of answer that somebody provided me that I was like, oh, so I have no idea. What did
interesting.
Steve do? I mean, maybe
I
that's a
don't know.
story for early next season.
If he got like depending on his podcast. I didn't know that Blue's Clues is infamous though. I thought that he did something that made it infamous.
Oh, I thought like
Well, like
every
I mean,
child
I remember
growing.
watching Blue's
That's
Clues.
what I'm
Like I
saying.
was like, what did it
It
do to
was
me? Was
our
there
Paw
something?
Patrol. You're like, oh my God.
It was our Bluey.
Yeah, remember like the mail, let's get the mail or whatever, and it just
Yeah.
shoot in the window? Yeah, absolutely.
All
So I
right.
guess we'll see. Maybe he'll address it on the first, like,
Yeah.
what did I do?
What did I do? In movie news, more A-list stars have joined the cast for the latest installment of The Hunger Games. Glenn Close and Billy Porter have joined the cast that includes Jesse Plemons, Maya Hawke, and Ralph
Fines, I think.
Fiennes, which I know we've talked about the casting a little before, but isn't it wild that Ralph Fiennes not only played Voldemort in Harry Potter, but now will be playing a young President Snow?
Isn't that insane?
Wow.
Like typecast maybe, but
A little bit. He's good at it though.
yeah.
What that's gonna be a good movie.
I just don't get, I think Kieran Culkin also signed on. I'm just kind of like, what was it specifically about this one that everyone in Hollywood was like, I need to be a part of it?
Because it's the last one?
Maybe. I mean, she just released a book last year, so I'm like, I should
Isn't
read
that
it to
what this
find
book
out.
isn't that what this book is about? This movie is about?
Yeah, but that was like going to the past. Like they're going to Haymitch, so before Katniss and everything. Like
Yeah.
this world theoretically could just keep going.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Uh, in more music news, Lizzo dropped her new album, My Face Hurts from Smiling, on June 27th. This will be the first time we've gotten a new Lizzo album since 2022. And
Yeah.
I'm still like, I don't know. Are we kind
I
of
have no
listening to
idea.
Lizzo or is she still slightly problematic?
I feel like I have no ideas. There was some update in her like case that was like it was more the dance captain than it was with Lizzo, but also like there I don't know. She's just I think she's still adjusting to fame. So we're just like, I had no idea you had an album. She has an album, and I haven't listened to it yet. And maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know.
All right.
Such
That's
a
fair.
non-burger.
Lastly, in celebrity couple news, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have officially called it quits 6 years after their engagement. And I think they've been together for 9 years.
Maybe a kid. Yeah.
I didn't know that they weren't married, that they've just been engaged for 6 years.
It makes me think of like the Russell brand of it all. She was just like, no, I will not go forth with this because like they had a messy divorce. And I
Mm.
also remember it was like in her Katy Perry movie documentary. And it's like, why does she have breakups in the middle of her tours? Like that's just like that has not like the huge like biggest Katy Perry fan. Like I like her stuff, like usually. But I've never been like a ride or die. I think they call them Katy cats. But
Katy cats?
I think I could be
That's
wrong.
crazy.
What if I pulled that out with LeBron's number? Anyways, I just feel for her like that has to be really triggering. Like going through a divorce in your concert and then like you're with someone for like almost 10 years and then oh you do a new tour and they're like bye. Like that
Yeah.
has to rock up some type of emotion in you.
Yeah. Maybe, I
So
mean, if you weren't gonna go to her tour, maybe go to tour. She's gonna, like, be full of just emotion that you're gonna just get it
yeah,
all on stage.
maybe I will
Aren't
go.
weren't they both at the wedding this last weekend too?
She wasn't because she was doing like a 3 day, maybe 2 or 3 day thing in Australia for the
Oh.
tour. But Orlando was, so I guess go off King. I don't know. Yeah. Well, what a huddle, Arizan.
Thank
If
you,
you
thank
can
you.
even believe it, it's like the last huddle of the season.
Oh my god.
So just a reminder again for fans, for
Please.
listeners, we will be back in the fall for season two. But we're going to switch it up today for our last episode. And the playbook is not really a story, but wild predictions, either from the sport or pop culture world by us that we think could either happen over this summer break or like sometime in 2025, like 2025.
Mm.
So predictions, not stories. Wild, right? With that, I'm going to kick it right back to Arison. Hit me with your best shot.
Okay, so we were going for the wild side of prediction. So I picked a pop culture one and a sports one.
Damn overachiever.
And honestly, now that I think about it, I don't think this one is wild. I hope that it's like wildly good or true.
Uh,
I don't
I hope
know.
I hope it happens.
I hope it happens. But I think, well, in the pop culture side of things, continuing with Beyoncé, I think we're gonna get a rock album.
Fuck yeah.
I think
Fuck yeah.
she's supposed to wrap up her tour this summer, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
unless she adds more dates. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's like the kickoff or something that then like rolls into she drops because she's also a Virgo. So it's like her birthday season in August. Well, her birthday's in September, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, you know what I mean.
It is September 4th. I'm pretty
So,
positive.
and I feel like she teased it at not the Super Bowl, or she's teased it a little
Many
bit.
times. But
So
there's a couple covers too of her where people were like, this is giving rock. Like
yeah, I'm thinking we're getting a Beyonce country, and I'm gonna be really here
rock.
for it. Ugh,
Rock.
yeah,
I was
rock.
like, if we're getting a country,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
citizenship applications are gonna be through the roof.
yeah.
Like
So that's my big pop
I
culture
support it.
prediction, and I really hope that happens. And then my sports prediction, and I think for this summer, and especially maybe for like the All-Star games, but this summer, that W
Say it. I'm on my feet here.
I know WNBA viewership, especially for like all is gonna surpass the WNBA viewership
WNBA is gonna pass the NBA and
in
the NBA.
viewership
There
in
we go.
viewership.
You said that women's would pass women's, and I'm like, well, I hope that it grows.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, my brain, because I was also like, the NBA season's over, but I
oh,
still think that we're gonna see some breaking like WNBA viewership that's gonna break this past season NBA's viewership.
I think you're onto something because like the fact that like I open YouTube. This is so embarrassing. I open YouTube to watch the Summer I Turned Pretty trailer again
Yeah.
because I'm obsessed. And I got like a video about a WNBA video targeted me. Okay. And I was like, what? Like, and then I watched it and was like, maybe I will.
Yeah.
beacon. Like,
Maybe. Well,
that shit is
this
good. The
is
beef
this
that's
is
going on.
working.
Well, and it sucks because we're like, don't pit women against each other. And then all of a sudden they see people like throwing each other on the floor. And I'm like,
Yeah.
when's their next matchup?
Yeah. That's not pitting. That's the fiery competition. I will say I got complimented this last weekend on my pop culture knowledge.
Hell yeah. What about?
uh Shawn Mendes of it all. Like someone was asking what was up, and then I like
Oh,
gave them the whole rundown. And
that's
there was a
right.
couple times where I am never the person
I'm
that
like, I actually know everything about
is
this.
the pop culture like person that has the knowledge. And my friend was like, "Oh my gosh, so impressed that you know all this stuff." And I was like, "It's because of the podcast. I am learning and I am paying attention." So I think I just a shout out to us and you, because
No,
I was like, Chelsea literally has helped me like understand pop culture. So I'm like, wait, I understand that reference.
you do. And to think that at the end of the season, I'm now being targeted with WNBA content is a success for
It's
both of
a
us.
sex. We've
It
done it.
is, we've infiltrated each other's world somehow.
What is our season 2 predictions? What
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
get you playing basketball. It'll be crazy.
Oh my God. I don't know.
I don't know.
But okay, sorry. I do have one prediction.
Okay.
Well, and I kind of want to make a on the spot prediction, but
Yeah,
it's
I
not
like
based
it.
in anything. Okay, so for my sports prediction, I predict that I don't know why I'm seeing this so vividly in my mind, but I think AI is going to be used more, like obviously in sports and somehow, whether it be like replaying calls or like rewatching and helping like analyze a call or something like that, like pulling up all the data from roles. I for whatever fucking reason, I see it launching with the NFL. I think it's just
Mm,
going to play a more like prominent role, or they're going to make a rule like where it can't be involved in all. Like it has to
mm.
be. They're going to either take a stance. My gut is that since everyone's jumping into this AI really quickly, that maybe they'll get into it. But I feel like the NFL is going to like set the bar for it for some reason.
So you think more in like in-game experience for like the fans on the TV, or like actual on the field, or like in preparation?
My gut would be probably for fans, but I'd be okay. Weird notification I just got on my phone. It just said Lululemon versus Costco. Curious. Curious. That's a season 2 episode right there. But I think it's more going to be for the fans. But I don't know. I'd be interested to see what happens. Like if you know how they do a review and the refs go over and watch. Like,
Mm-hmm.
is there going to be something there that's going to help assist them for it too, or are they going to totally say in the rules that it can't be used and it has to be left up to? Because think about us in our regular jobs. People can use AI for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't refs be able to?
Well, there's some pretty high level technology that they have been using, especially recently with the instant replay. I mean, you also see even, coaches and players on the side having the iPads so they can instantly
Yeah,
replay. Um, so I guess it would be more like, what is it that the AI
can do.
information wise, like, is it like replacing maybe on the back end we don't see as much, like especially in like
Yeah.
sports media, people that whose job it is to do like the research on things. Maybe you see more cuts in that.
It's crazy. Again, I'm not going on to a tangent about that, but like, isn't AI just pulling from all the stories that are already out there? So then if AI starts like, and it's just all, everyone's going to be saying the same thing, which in some way we are, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my prediction. Somehow it's going to infiltrate some way. And for whatever reason, I feel like it's happening with the NFL first. I really don't know why.
Yeah.
Um,
I could see it. I think like tech and that stuff is already happening quite a bit on the field. I could see it how because I feel like some stadiums have been using it, but it could be like more in the interactive fan experience
mm,
of doing things more on the spot that feels like trying to pull people into the like actual game, like
yeah.
if you're there, and like something where you can like connect your phone and then you can get, I don't know, that kind of
No, I
actually, as I
think
say
you're
that, it sounds. freaky. But I think we're going
Something's
to
gonna
only
happen.
see more technology happening in sports, and I wonder too when it will become, like you said, they'll have to ban some things so it doesn't feel like there's not a fair like
Yeah, like there's no chance.
advantage or there's no cheating or something. I
Like the
don't know.
chance, because like sports is like a game of chance. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, in a
you,
way.
yeah, like you can always go into the best team and then you have a bad day and lose. Like there's just
Yeah.
always a chance it could happen. So okay, that's my sports prediction. I'm like pop culture. Pop
Do you have one on
culture.
the spot?
Well, the one that I'm thinking of is just like because I saw one thing this weekend and I
Yeah.
don't feel like this is really going to happen, but I think it's wild. So I'll just throw it out there. I don't think
Yeah.
it's happening. But apparently at that big wedding this past weekend in Venice, if you know, you know.
Yeah. If you don't, we don't want to tell you.
We're not really going to talk about it, but apparently Tom Brady was there and apparently Sydney Sweeney was there and apparently they were dancing all night together and I'm curious to see if we see them out and about
Oh my
some point
God.
this summer
That's a crazy
or
prediction.
right or if it will just be two people that met each other that got along for one night. I
Which is honestly the wedding vibes.
exactly. Exactly. So I'll
Because
curious to
he's
see what happens
like,
there.
yeah. I mean,
But to be honest with you, I hate saying this. They would make a really beautiful couple, like imagining the two of them like on a red
isn't
carpet
she
dressed
like
up.
half his age?
Yeah, I'm not like, hey, go do this, but just imagine like they're two beautiful people next to each other is all
Mm-hmm.
I will say. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So curious if anything comes of that or if it's really just a rumor. But I say we may see one more picture of them.
Interesting.
Just saying.
It
Just
would be
saying.
interesting. I
It
mean,
would.
his coach is all into dating
I
women
know,
that could be his,
maybe it runs in the family.
yeah, are in society. Well, I feel like those are some wild predictions. I am excited for summer, but I am also just excited for season 2. So that's going to be a wrap for the pod for today and for the whole season. So let us know what stories or topics you want to cover us to cover in season 2, or if you have any thoughts on AI or how we could uh, add or anything to our podcast. This has been a fun first season.
Yeah. And I know that we won't be active for a couple of weeks here, but just like don't forget to follow and
Yeah. So
subscribe to our show on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, so you know, have notifications and you're up to date on the latest sport and society stories. And also like when we come back, you'll be
yeah.
notified and you'll be told that when season 2 is starting.
Yay. And please rate the pod. But in the meantime, stay sharp, stay sassy, and we'll catch you in a little bit.